Hello everybody, this is Brian Javelin of the Contractor Show, and today's topic is personal and professional development. And I'm happy to announce that we have Scott Garvis, president of Dale Carnegie Training of South Florida, joining us. Scott, thank you very much for being a participant on our show.
You're welcome.
To begin with, how do you inspire people to reach their highest potential?
Well, Brian, the first thing we suggest people do is to understand their strengths and also understand some of the gaps they have in their performance. And knowing your strengths and knowing the gaps that you have, you can set a vision for where you want to be in life. And as you set that vision, it empowers you to move forward, and then you can take the necessary steps to get there.
Okay. On your process of getting there, your training is known to help push people through their comfort zone. Can you explain why this can be challenging or sometimes intimidating to certain people about coming or leaving their comfort zone?
Yes. You know, people form habits over years, and it's tough to break down those habits. So what we do is we have to work on people's attitude first, have them want to change, feel like it's important to change, and know they can change. And that's very risky for some people to actually go beyond the comfort zone and do something different than they've done for the last 20 years. So then once they have that attitude, then we make it very safe for them to make change by introducing principles that they can take out and use very easily and have success doing that. And as they use those principles and have success, they gain confidence. And then they're more apt to taking more risk and trying new things once they have some successes.
Okay. Well, many of our viewers today are craftsmen, and they're working in many small offices. It could be challenging when they're not strong in people skills, and a lot of our contractors work in environments that may have just one person next to them or upwards of maybe 10 people. Any advice on team building to people and understanding the importance of team building?
Sure. Well, if we talk about people skills, it's important to focus and have good people skills both internally and externally. For example, if you're a roofer, what separates you from the next roofer? Usually it's not your craft or your technical skills, it's your people skills. So if I'm talking with customers and the customer is getting 3 or 4 bids on trying to hire me to do a technical job, what's going to separate me? It's my people skills. It's my ability to listen and win people over and build trust. Now, if I'm running a company, and if we think about some of the real challenges we have in organizations, whether it's 1, 2, or 10 people, usually the biggest challenge is communication. Now, the more that I understand my team members, my fellow employees, and my management, the more we understand each other, the better we can work together, because I understand your tendencies, your challenges, what motivates you, then I can better work with you because I understand you better.
Okay. Well, a lot of these viewers that we have they're on the road all day, and they are interacting with subcontractors, suppliers, and homeowners. Give me an example of enhanced communication skills.
Well, first, number one, there's 2 parts of communication. There's what we communicate, and then what we hear. And most of us do a lot more with our mouth than we do with our ears. So if we're talking about getting our message across effectively, it's knowing your audience, knowing who you're talking to, and trying honestly to see things from their point of view. So if you're talking to a non-technical person and you're technical, we got to put it in their terms. So we got to slow down, we got to use pauses when we're trying to get a message out, and then when people are talking to us and trying to give us a message, we have to really listen, and listen with intent versus just listen to hear it and try to assume we know what they're saying. So our level of listening really makes a difference on communication.
Okay. A lot of our contractors, again, they're small independent companies, and they may have a lot of misunderstandings, misperceptions of going to these type of classes, self-improvement classes. They might be thinking it's only for big companies. Would you care to expand on that philosophy, that it's not?
Yes. A lot of people think of self-improvement as a motivational, touchy-feely type of an event. And there are types of training like that out there, but we consider that more speaking. Because I'm just listening to somebody try to motivate me for a full day or 2 days. Am I really getting better if I'm just hearing it? And really, the training, when it's done right, is people come into a program, they get some coaching, they're able to practice while they're there. It's like the analogy, if you want to get better at golf, you're going to sit there with a golf instructor and swing the club, and in front of them, they can give you feedback versus reading a book or watching a video on golf. So they got to be able to do that, come into a program, get some coaching, and then take it out and use it. So they develop skills that are going to stick with them for many, many years after the training.
Okay. You mentioned earlier something about a roofer.
Yeah.
Mind elaborating on the success story of this roofer, since you obviously had some affiliation with somebody in our field?
Yes. There's a large roofing company in Fort Lauderdale who partnered with us about 5 years ago. And it started with just one individual taking our program. And they got so much out of it that all the project managers took our program, about 25 of those folks. And the president wrote me a letter saying that because his 25 project managers took our program, they increased their bottom line by 2% over last year in profitability. Now, why did they do that? In my opinion, is that just because you're a good roofer doesn't make you automatically a great manager or project manager. Okay. So we help them go from just being a roofer to being a manager of other roofers. Okay. And that helped them to enhance their productivity and their bottom line.
Okay, well that's great to know. I'd like to set the record straight for our viewers that I am prejudiced towards this particular organization that Scott is from. I have taken their classes, and I've had my own people taking these classes, and we've had a great time growing with them. The way you might be able to learn more about your company, it's dalecarnegie.com. You'll be able to find about all the different classes in your areas, all throughout the United States, from what I understand.
And all over the world.
All over the world. So if there's any viewers out there outside of America, please look up dalecarnegie.com to help expand either your personal or professional business development. Again, my name is Brian Javelin of the Contractor Show. Scott, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome.
And we look forward to seeing you soon.